Monday. It is Monday. This is the first update of the vlog. We will hopefully see my swelling go down as the week goes forward. Hopefully. A person can dream, right? So yeah, that's happening. I need to take my pain meds. They didn't give me like pain meds after the surgery. They just told me to take 2 ibuprofen and 2 Tylenol like every 4 hours, which is a lot. I've been taking them only 4 times a day now, which is still a lot. Really putting faith in my liver. I really feel like it would just outright make more sense to have just prescribed me painkillers, and that would be less of a risk for my body, but what do I know? I don't know anything. It works, obviously. That's what I take when I have a migraine and I don't have migraine meds. So like, I know that combination works. I just don't necessarily feel like it's healthy. But yeah, so I need to take that in a second. I started Awakenings, which is the new anthology, the Cute Mutants anthology. So I've been reading a story a day since I got it with Art and Alex, and that's been fun. It's been fun because like we'll finish the story and get to have a discussion kind of about it, and that's been nice. There are some that I really enjoyed, some that I didn't enjoy. Some that I didn't enjoy because it was a short story and there's only so much you can do in that format. Some that I didn't enjoy just because it didn't make sense to me. But again, short story really limits the ability to, I don't know, do some of these things. Today, my work shift has changed. It's now 8 to 5 instead of 7 to 4, which does mean that I can maybe do some sprints in the mornings. When I start doing sprints, like live reading sprints again, I can maybe do like an hour starting from like 6:30 to 7 or something, you know? I didn't read a whole lot over the weekend. I talked about this in my update. I didn't read a ton, mostly because I just was fucking exhausted, and basically I didn't feel well, and I was having a hard time processing information, and if I was sitting up for too long I would get kind of dizzy and uncomfortable, so I just didn't. I did a whole lot of none of that. I slept a lot. I crocheted a lot. I finished most of my ongoing crochet projects right now, actually, which is cool. The only one that I'm still working on is this cowl shirt for Bella. It's almost done. I just need to do the cleanup, and she's very cute. I need to do the cleanup though because of this. Messy. You can see where I started the cleanup though. So I need to do the cleanup, sew the straps on, and add a little bit more to the back so that it'll fit properly. It's going to be a corset back just in case. Today I am going to be finishing the Midnight Girls and hopefully Primal Animals. I had set myself up to finish it, have it already finished I think today. I didn't though. Yeah, I should have already finished it today and definitely didn't, or I mean yesterday and definitely didn't. But that's okay. We're gonna get through it. I also set myself up to go ahead and read Eva Evergreen and the Cursed Witch. That's not gonna happen. That's not happening because I am starting my Cute Mutants reread, so I want to finish that first and then I will move on to Eva Evergreen. So, yep, that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get ready for work. Okay, thanks, bye.
How do I take your word well over his? Yeah, how do I take it for less than it is? Tore down the walls, try my best to lay you in. Yeah, how was I supposed to know what you had? What you had? Yeah, no, I shouldn't get jealous, but the caller with the hard eyes, it gets me hellish, try to look at it through my eyes. The thought of you with him is staring out my insides. Waiting, knowing there's no staying. Can't remember.
Bruce update. This is where we're facing the sun. We have good lighting, so Bruce update. My husband really likes my hair straight because he can play with it. I don't let him play with it when it's curly. So obviously I was sleeping a lot, mostly with my head in his lap so that he could play with my hair because it's soothing, while he was taking care of me. My hair's so fucking greasy now because of it. So I'm just like, headbands forever. Also because I don't really know how to wear it straight anymore. So I'm gonna wash it in a couple of days because I don't want to like mess up my schedule. Anyway, the swelling has mostly gone down. We are mostly just bruised now, which is fine. I can fully close my mouth again, almost fully open my mouth with minimal pain, but yeah. So the bruise looks gnarly, but it's good. It means that we're healing, which is great. Today has been super productive so far. I literally read, what did I read? I don't know, I forgot. So yesterday, let me talk about what I did yesterday, what I finished yesterday. Yesterday I finished Midnight Girls, which was good. I think I talked about it though. And, oh, This Woven Kingdom. This Woven, yeah, which was okay. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't amazing. I enjoyed it though, and I will likely read the next one, but I did finish that. Today I finished Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, which is the next book in the Villains series, which is marked as fantasy on Goodreads, and I would like for people to learn what genres are because it is most certainly a sci-fi. But yeah, so read that, finished it, very good, enjoyed it. 4 stars, I think, is what I've rated it. And I went ahead and got Warm Up, which is the 24-minute prequel that exists. So I will be reading that sometime soon. And by went ahead and got, I mean, I got the words are hard. I got the library book. I also have read the next story for the Cute Mutants anthology. It was good. It was set in Texas and was set in a town that I do know, Pflugerville. My only thing is that they like talked about that a little bit too much in a way that won't necessarily make sense to people that don't live in Texas. People in other places don't really understand that a lot of Texas cities are named after German towns, or are named after German things, German languaging, etc. So a lot of the pronunciation and stuff is weird, and Texans as a whole like to joke about it a lot. Like we talk about it a lot because it's what we do. It's not our first, German is not generally our first language, but in Texas schools you pretty much get the option of learning 2 different languages, which is Spanish and German. But yeah, so I got why the references were made, but I also understand that it's not gonna necessarily be enjoyable for anyone else who's maybe not from Texas. Like, that's a very Texas experience. But I still enjoyed the story for what it was. The last 2 have also been really, really good. The 2 that I read in the last 2 days were really, really good. They were probably my favorites so far. So if you got Cute Mutants Awakenings, that would be story 5 and 6, I think. 4 and 5, my bad, 4 and 5. And yes, 4 and 5 were definitely my favorites so far. I also got 50% into Cute Mutants. My Cute Mutants reread has been interesting because Dylan has so much growth, and I kind of forgot how much growth Dylan has. And in the first book, they use she, her pronouns, so I'm going to be using she, her pronouns for Dylan just for this first book, or until the other pronouns are introduced. And also I forgot how much I can't stand Lou in the first book. Oh my god, it gets my last fucking nerve because the jealousy thing is just too much for me. Like, I can't deal with that, and honestly I couldn't deal with it in any of my toxic relationships. Like, I would never stand up for myself, but if a partner was jealous, I was like, no. And I think part of that is because being on the A spectrum, the idea of me being sexually attracted to someone who is not my partner is fucking absurd to me. I'm like, no, I already picked you, so I will not be picking anyone else. You need to calm down. So I find the whole jealousy concept very frustrating to read because I don't understand it and I have incredibly low tolerance for it. I also was never really a jealous partner, and I had partners who cheated on me, and I just was never really a jealous partner. And even with my husband now, there have been women who blatantly flirt with and want to be with my partner and act scared to death of me, which I find amusing because I'm really not that threatening. And I mostly don't trust them for the fact that I don't know what lengths they would go to, but that's it. That's the extent of my jealousy, so I don't understand. I have a hard time with that concept, but I am enjoying my reread. I'm enjoying seeing everybody as these little 17-year-old babies before the world ended, basically. But yeah, so that's everything that's going on right now. I am going to go back to work. I will be starting 7 doubles today, I think. Only if I get far enough into the arc that I'm reading, which is the 2 halves of Ruby Taylor. My plan is to get further into that before I go ahead and start listening to that audiobook again. Sorry, Cotter was being weird. But this update has been long enough. Sorry in advance. I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks, bye. I have the hiccups, which is annoying. I'm hoping that it goes away while I do this update. Hi, it's Thursday. I didn't update yesterday. That's not true. I updated, but like, we're not putting that in the video. Just because it was like useless. Anyway, you guys want to see this shirt? I made it. I made it with my hands. So it's like not as even here as I would have liked it to be. But the sleeves are fun. There is a YouTuber that has the pattern for it. If I can find it, I will link it down below for you guys, because I don't want anyone to think that I came up with this myself. I'm not that smart. Oh, what? Today I'm going to be finishing Cute Mutants. Very exciting. The first book, and then I'm just going to bring the second book with me to my parents' house. I also have my jawline back. It's still a little bit swollen, and you guys can't tell to the extent that it is still very bruised, but I have covered it up with makeup. So it's a little swollen on the inside, like I can feel it more on the inside now than on the outside, but it doesn't hurt as bad, which is great. I am, you know, down to taking less medication than I was to begin with. They literally had us, who is us? What am I doing? Oh, so my dentist doesn't like prescribe pain medication for wisdom tooth extraction unless it's like really bad. I have an incredibly high pain tolerance, which I've talked about before, so I didn't really expect it to need tons of pain medication or anything, and I guess I didn't, but what they have me doing and have had me doing is taking 2 Tylenol and 2 ibuprofen every 4 hours. I was doing that like from waking until I went to bed the first couple of days, and then Monday I think was when I was able to finally like just take it once in the morning and then half of that in the afternoon and then the rest at night before I went to bed, just because like going to bed obviously I'm going to be sleeping for a few hours, which honestly I feel like having someone take 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol and 400 milligrams of ibuprofen 4 times a day, I think that's horrible for your liver. I don't know enough scientifically, but I feel like it would have been better for my body if I had been if they had given me legitimate pain medication. But I will say, you know, last time they took a wisdom tooth out, I did have to take something that I have for my migraines that also just conveniently helps with general pain, and that helped. I did not have to do that this time. I have considered it. There have been moments where I'm like getting ready for bed and this part of my mouth just fucking hurts. I don't know. So this side, the dentist straight up was like, yeah, that one is like in deep, and we're a little bit nervous that it might, if it's too far in like with the nerves, there might be issues. And I was like, what does that mean, sir? So there's like instead of the hole being just like directly in my gums, I'm so sorry if dental work freaks you out. Like on this side, top and bottom, the hole is just directly like, it's a tooth-sized hole in my gum line. This one is like a hole in the side of my gum line. And so I don't know if that's why this side hurts more. It hurts like into my other teeth. I don't know. Some people, and I'm like super hyper paranoid that I've got a dry socket. I don't have a dry socket. I think I would know if I had a dry socket, just the way that everybody talks about it. I don't know. Anyway, yesterday I finished the 2 halves of Ruby Taylor. Oh, I really did want to talk about that one. I finished the 2 halves of Ruby Taylor. That is a middle grade that kind of, it's like a like contemporary fantasy. I enjoyed it so much. I thought it was such a fun book because our like little main girly, Ruby, her mother is from a Catholic family and her dad is from a Jewish family, and she's kind of dealing with this, I don't feel Jewish enough and I don't feel Catholic enough, and I don't know a lot about Jewish culture, like Jewish culturally, even outside of like religiously. I weirdly do know a decent amount about it religiously, but I don't know about it like culturally and like how it works passed down generation to generation. I didn't know any of that until I was reading about this book, that it's matriarchal passed down. And all of that was really interesting, and also that the whole competition between cousins of like not being the favorite for your grandparents. I love both sets of my grandparents, but I am not either set's favorite grandchild, and I know that, and that is a-okay. I am well aware of that and have come to terms with it as I am an adult now. But when I was younger, it absolutely hurt my feelings, and I was not nice to the cousins that I thought were the favorite because of it. And I know that because it really hurts, and grandparents will be like, no, I treat all my, you guys are just different people and so we treat you differently, X, Y, and Z. That's not the case. That's not what grandparents do, and that's totally expected, right? Like you're gonna have a different relationship with somebody that you inherently relate more to, or who fit your expectations a little bit more. But I related heavily to that aspect of it. The fantasy, like, demon exorcism thing with the Dybbuk was super interesting. Like, it added this extra layer of fantasy intrigue for me, and I really liked it for that. I thought Ruby was a fun character, and she's just a little 12-year-old doing her best. And I learned a lot about Jewish culture and Jewish religion. You also, like, I want to give a huge trigger warning for anti-Semitism though, because there is a point where Ruby's grandparents or family members on her mother's side who are Catholic, there is a moment where they say some very fucked up anti-Semitic things. And so I want to give that trigger warning, because I feel like if I was reading this at 12 and I was a Jewish person, I think it would really hurt my feelings, because just reading it as an adult who is not Jewish, I was like, you can't just say that. You can't just say that out loud to someone. You shouldn't even be thinking it, but you most certainly shouldn't be saying it, and especially not in the presence of a child. So I think if that was my inherent reaction, I would want to check that, like, as a parent. I would want to check that for your kids just to make sure that it is fine. But, you know, kids do experience anti-Semitism. Do you guys know how hard it was for me to learn how to say that word? Bella would help me a lot. We helped me a lot with that. Fun fact, because of my ADHD, I have a really hard time with pronouncing words. And this is like a thing, apparently. I didn't know that, but I have a really hard time pronouncing words, especially when I know how to say the word. But if I'm nervous about it, or like I know I'm gonna, like there's a chance I'm gonna mispronounce it, and so I'm nervous about that chance, I'm gonna mispronounce it. It's like I will do all the research in the world to find out how to pronounce an author's name, and I will make sure I have their pronouns, and I will make sure I know all that information, and I will mispronounce their name. And and then I'm just like, I hate you to me. I'm like, why are you like this? Anyway, the book was really good though. It was really sweet, and it was a quick read. I enjoyed it a lot. The only reason that I didn't give it 5 stars was the pacing sucked. So there's that. I finished a lot yesterday, I feel like. I also finished 7 Devils and 7 Mercies. 7 Devils was a reread. It is a sci-fi, like, YA space opera. It was good. My issue with 7 Devils, and I gave it 4 stars. My issue with 7 Devils is that it kind of throws you in with no explanation and no, like, you're just thrown in. And that's fine usually. With fantasy, I have no problem with that. With sci-fi, it's a little bit harder for me. I don't know why. 7 Mercies was just too long. It got 3 stars from me because it was too fucking long. Honestly, like, for what? Why is it so long? And I feel like they were trying to make up for the slightly less world, like, there was world building, but like not a whole, you didn't really understand fully why some of the things had happened in 7 Devils, like the world building part of it. And then I can't believe this part of how is this bruised? Anyway, it felt like they were like, oh, let's make up for like not doing all of the world building in this book by doing it in this book, which made that book just feel really long, especially because I literally read them back to back, and so it was like, okay, what? I don't get it. The last story I read in Awakenings, it was a religious trauma one though. Not even religious trauma, like, it was just nuts. I enjoyed it, but it was nuts. The Battle Song of Gravity by Astrid Day. Sorry, that was my crochet needle. So the issue with anthologies is that short stories, they don't have enough time to do all of the things that you want out of a book. I enjoyed this, but it was 5 pages long. I enjoyed it because it was incoherent religious babble, and that's something that I personally like. Not everybody is gonna like that. Like, that's incredibly niche. But for me, it was like, I want more context. What now? And then what? I don't know. So I think that for this anthology, some of the chapters are like 50 pages long, and then some of them are, you know, 5 pages long. And it's a really weird thing to me. I'm not hating it, it's just strange. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. What else? In my Cute Mutants reread, I want to fist fight Lou. Side note, I think, and I remember feeling this way when I read it the first time, but I think I blocked it out because Lou has so much growth as a character. But honest to God, I wish someone was mean to him just to validate how shitty he's being. Because he's acting like everyone is like personally out to get him when they're not, and it annoys the shit out of me. I did miss Batty. If you haven't read Cute Mutants, I'm sorry. You should. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling things for you. But I have missed Batty a lot. Batty was basically Dylan's first, like, bestie fighting object before Animaru the sword. And I miss Batty. I do. He's a good character. I know that I think it happens in this book, I'm 99% sure it happens in this book, and I know it's gonna hurt my fucking feelings, and I'm gonna be really sad about it, and I'm gonna probably cry, which sucks because this is the first day in a week that I've been able to wear makeup, so that's bullshit. Anyway, this update's like 15 minutes long. I'm really sorry, y'all. It's just because I didn't update yesterday and I read so much. I also, what else? There was something else. Fuck. Oh, I am doing my Ravens reread right now, and it's so straight. I forgot that it's so straight. Like, I am enjoying it, but the, like, boy drama is so stupid to me. I'm like, okay, can we get past this? Can we talk about something else now? And to be fair, that's kind of how I feel in general about... I'm glad that, of the people that are in heterosexual passing relationships, I'm glad that we're all, like, Phil's married, Bella's engaged, all our partners love us, it's not this drama, and I'm very glad for it. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Today I have to go to my parents' house. I might get more updates in the meantime. Maybe some B-roll of crochet if I can get this shit untangled, but we'll see. Side note, I am almost done making my first frog backpacks for frog bags, frog purses, to sell, depending on when this video comes out, and if I haven't already announced it on Twitter. I'm gonna be selling frog bags. They will be like $50 a piece. The backpacks will be $55 because it takes a little bit more yarn. The reason, and time, the reason that they're that expensive, because I feel like someone's gonna look at it and be like, that's so expensive for that, why? It's because this shit takes me a long time, and I'm making it by hand, and the supplies are expensive. And also, I've had to learn how to do all of this. Like, it's not like threw yarn and in a ball and was like, here. So yeah, that's happening. So yeah, I'm gonna go though. I'm gonna go finish this project, work on some work stuff, because I have done fuck all so far this morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hopefully I'll check back in tomorrow. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, it's Friday. I forgot to update. What's up? There's a small child in a skeleton costume walking around. I love that for them. Say hi to Cotter. I finally figured out an angle that doesn't suck for you guys and doesn't suck for me. I can see around the camera just fine, and y'all can see me just fine, and then cops think that I have a camera. My battery's gonna die though, so I guess bye. I guess this update is a bust. Okay, we're crooked, we're at an angle, but I don't feel like fixing it, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. That's just gonna have to be what happens. Hi, hello. It's Sunday. I know that I was in the middle of an update on Friday, and then my camera died, so I obviously didn't get to finish that update, so I'm gonna update now. Hi, hello, how are you doing? I'm tired. That's how I am. I'm very tired, but not bad, just tired. Friday, I read The Couple Next Door, which is a thriller. I enjoyed it. It was pretty solid. The twist was good. I will say it very much, from the jump, I was like, whatever happens to this couple, they deserve it because they're idiots. Essentially, the couple goes to a party next door, and they leave their 6-month-old baby unattended, asleep in her crib, and they go back, they have the baby monitor that's connected that distance, and then they go back every hour and half hour, it's basically every 30 minutes, to make sure that the baby is okay or whatever, but I don't care. I don't care. It would have made more sense to just bring the baby. So at that point, anything that happens, happens. I hated that. But the book was decent. It was a 3-star read. Didn't hate it, but it just wasn't also mind-blowing, you know? So I finished Cute Mutants on Thursday. Very good, amazing. I was gonna start the next book this weekend, but then I didn't read anything this weekend. This weekend has been very busy, a little bit crazy, so I'm glad that I kind of took the time to rest. Saturday, I feel like we did so much yesterday. We didn't do all that much, but it felt like we did so much, so. Tonight, I'm hopefully going to finish The Chariot at Dusk by Swati Tirthala. That is the last book in that trilogy. The Tiger at Midnight or something that I've been reading. The Archer at Midnight? I don't know. It's good. The series is good. It's very political, intrigue-y fantasy. It's gotten a bit more complex as the series continues, which is to be expected, right? But I'm just having a hard time maintaining interest in the books I'm reading right now, and that kind of sucks. So, you know, I need to catch up on the Awakenings, the Cute Mutants anthology, so I might also do that today. Depends on if I have time. Ooh, you guys moved, sorry. So it depends on if I have time to do that. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's all of the update that I have. Sorry about you guys being crooked and at an angle. I've been very busy doing family stuff and crocheting and whatnot. So I am gonna go. I hope you guys are having a great day. I might close the vlog out tomorrow. I might close the vlog out tonight. We'll see which one happens, but that's it. I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello and good morning. It's Tuesday. I fucked up, forgot to update, forgot to close the vlog, forgot to do any of the things. I didn't forget, actually. I had the conscious thought of, I should really do this, and then I didn't. So this is me doing that now. I ended up finishing The Chariot at dusk on Sunday. It was fine, much like the other books. I wasn't obsessed, but I wasn't disappointed. It was okay. You know, it is what it is. So that's it. That's literally my thoughts on the whole thing. Was I wished for more, and as usual, I wished for less romance, but who's surprised there, you know? Who's surprised? So I got some cool things at Michael's and stuff, but I will show you guys in the next vlog. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, sorry. I will catch you guys next week. Okay, thanks, bye.
I tried, so don't you lie, 'cause you're running out of time till it comes.